Murtaza and his brothers inherited the throne in dire circumstances when their father Khan Ahmed was killed by the Siberian Khan Ivak in 1481 on his way back from a failed campaign against Moscow. Ahmed's sons were lucky enough to escape death and captivity, but they found themselves in a hopeless situation. Their army fled, and Ivak took the nomadic headquarters with all its property to Siberia. The brothers had no choice but to move to Crimea. After all, it was known that Mengli Gerai warmly welcomes in his country all former Horde subjects who recognize him as their Khan. Their calculation was justified. Mengli Gerai willingly granted them asylum, but the refugees deceived him. Instead of serving the Crimean Khan, they acquired all sorts of valuable goods in Crimea and fled to the Horde. Mengli Gerai, outraged by their treachery, ordered the fugitives to be captured, but only Murtaza was caught, and his brothers disappeared into the Horde steppes. Murtaza turned from a guest into a hostage and was put under arrest. Gathering forces in the steppes, Syed Ahmed III and Sheikh Ahmed struck at the Crimea. Mengli Gerai lost the battle and barely managed to take refuge in the Kyrk fortress, and Murtaza was released and was declared Khan. The Horde army besieged the city of Eski Crimea, but could not capture it. Then the invaders swore to the townspeople that they would not harm them. They believed, opened the gates, and Eski Crimea was brutally devastated. After this, Murtaza and his brothers decided to plunder the Ottoman Kiev, but the Turks brought out artillery against them, and this decided the outcome of the matter. The Horde army did not have cannons and was defenseless against gunfire. Having received a crushing rebuff, Murtaza and his brothers fled. Mengli Gerai rushed in pursuit of his friends and recaptured from them all the booty and prisoners captured by the Horde in the Crimea. Murtaza lived for more than 40 years. He twice occupied the throne in the Horde as co-ruler of his brothers, Syed Ahmed III and Syed Mahmud, and then settled in the North Caucasus, where he spent the rest of his life.